Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Yeah, wasn't ideal.
We're good.
I'm in the regret stage of grief.
At least you're past denial. That helps.
That's true. I'm no longer denying I'm in Seattle. I would just sit there and be like, "This isn't Seattle. This isn't Seattle."
You haven't quite gone. You're like not to bargaining yet, but
Yeah, not bargain. I'm almost to bargaining.
I'm excited for you to get to the bargaining stage. I feel like whenever I'm reading, that's the one that I feel the most empowered in.
I support it.
Yeah.
Did you know you have
Oh, well, are we about to ready to start D&D?
Like
I'm ready.
Okay. Hey, we're going to get started, guys. Okay. Sounds good. All right.
So,
So,
we're gonna see people's faces. Kyle, you have a home now. You did say that when you were no longer homeless.
You know, that's what I thought.
take a
But
child crib tour?
Seattle stole his house.
it turns out I was gonna have my computer set up, but I'm so upset about this. I have like this internet thing that I plug into my computer and it connects me to Wi-Fi, and that's missing along with my special hard drive. So
Oh no.
Did you get sent up there, or is it just missing?
it's missing. It's probably somewhere in all of my stuff.
Okay. So it's probably not stolen. It's just not. The location is unknown.
Yeah. So when I have time on Saturday to actually fully unpack, I'm gonna try and find it.
All right.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's made me a little upset.
That makes sense.
Who's your Davis? Tell me
So
about
hopefully
yours.
by next week I have my computer up and running and we'll be on
All right.
with my face.
No
Your
worries.
Davis is good with lots of books.
Yeah. Random. I actually think that today it's my turn to recap, throwing it up a little bit, just mixing things. So as a recap from last time, we all started basically just right after the events that transpired in the fight with the goblins and the bugbear. You had found as Aya and Moss ran off to go try to find the last, like the remaining survivor. The rest of you kind of explored about, found some really strange garden gnomes buried on top of dead bodies. The dead bodies turned out to be vampiric, from what you could tell. Though they hadn't been staked or any of the telltale signs of dead vampire, they were starting to rot, which is very strange. Whilst exploring, Adelaide found a box that beat her up, and I can't remember if there's anything else that you found while there. I don't think so.
Yeah. But
After that, though, Baron and Ren made sure that those vampires were not going to come back, and Moss and Eli were able to find that last little goblin running around. So, you guys all headed out, deciding it wasn't a good idea to stay there, which was honestly a good idea, as later on you guys saw the house burning behind you. Later on that day, or that once it became morning, I should say, you guys had made it to the town of Felnor, beautiful, large city where both Opal and Adelaide grew up at, and you all went shopping with Adelaide to Mosby's shop, going and looking at some fine clothing.
Big guy.
Yeah, and you also went to her original abode, the Triquetra, just to get into touch with them. You'd all been introduced to Azurius Brighthor, which is Adelaide's father, and he invited you all to dinner that evening after you'd all been able to take a rest. So where we're starting up now is about the time that when you're all kind of starting to wake up, starting to make it back there. Opal, will just for brevity say that you were able to meet up with your parents and took your long rest with the Triquetra. Eventually made your way back here to the Brighthor residence for dinner.
I had a long rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can all write down that you took a long rest. Adelaide, right before your rest, your father had a meeting with you. And in that meeting, to paraphrase, you know your father, so you know kind of his quirks. You understand kind of when he's implying something. And he said that he was, from what you gathered, he was a little bit concerned about your party members and their level of refinement, in a sense. I hope that makes sense. They're not very posh. They weren't, his level, his standard for what he would think would be traveling with his little girl. And so you got the sense from him that no matter what, he's still going to help you all on your quest, especially you, as you are his little girl. But definitely the amount of help that he can get you with traveling probably will be dependent on how well your party can impress your father.
Okay.
So knowing that, and knowing that there's a dinner appointment coming up, and not only any, it's going to be served in the private dining hall of the Brighthor family. So, only reserved for family and friends there. You're worried that this may lead to either a disaster, or this could be the key to getting to LK a lot quicker than expected.
So everyone's been resting in the same area.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same line of rooms. They've all been kind of sequestered to the same corner of the estate, so that way it's not too far. You, though, are in your own personal rooms that are a little farther away.
After we've all completed a long rest, I would like to go and take a stroll down the corridor and do some knockies and try to get everyone out of their rooms.
What?
It's based on your level. So
She'll probably start with Opal and then Aya. Those two's got a shot. I'm just kidding. Y'all got a shot.
Opal.
What's happening?
I'm gonna walk up to your door. Gonna be like, boom, boom.
Opal will be climbing in the window.
Because you
What?
hadn't been there the whole day.
Yes.
So like maybe like Adelaide like opens up the door and is like, they like make eye contact like,
As soon as like she's getting in.
It's
To
gonna
the-
be
the
like the
room.
corpse bride as she. Ta-da! Yeah, I was here the whole time.
are you coming in through the window or are you going out through the window?
Oh, I was just stretching.
You're just stretching at the window.
Yeah.
She's like hanging off the balcony.
I'll have to take your word for it. Dinner is soon, a very important dinner, and there's a little bit more complexities here. You see, my father wants to ensure that those that use his steeds are of a certain caliber so as to not sully his good name. And he is fearful that perhaps some of our party members may not be very cultured, dignified, clean.
Ah. I was gonna use a word that I know is not good. Well, anthropology. Anyway. Not up to par. Yeah, yes. Well, I'm sure Opal would have at least gotten a leg up there by now.
She's like just posing on the banister.
I'm going to go and get Alaya and let her know. Would you mind rounding up the? I'm sorry. I seem to have encountered a small gnome. He's incredibly fussy.
Yes, yes. I get it. Yes, I'll gather up the others, and I've taken a few etiquette classes, maybe a few, to be expected. Yeah, I can catch them up to what's going on.
Let's all meet together. I think in the West Tea Room,
Best tea room. Okay.
the one with the pink cushions.
Yes.
There's several tea rooms.
Yep. There are several tea rooms. East tea room, pink cushions. Okay. West tea room, pink cushions. It's like blue flowers, red thorns. Blue flowers, red thorns. Okay.
Oh, I wish I wasn't colorblind. Um,
Then Adelaide will take the gnome, and she'll say,
Stop.
"No, no, listen.
Upstairs for a second.
They can't help me." Okay, thank you.
Yay!
all right, Opal, as you are gathering up everyone else from their rooms, what would you like to do?
I would
How would
like
you like
to
to do it?
finish my stretch first.
Is it a good stretch?
Yes.
So you try to pull it off. Like, oh yeah, just let me finish this first though.
I'll go gather them up. I just need to.
I'll
That
do
would do all
a
that.
nice back stretch. Yep, yep. All right. On my way to how many people are there? And I don't think I have time for that.
Oh, it's just your party members.
On my way to Moss's room, I was. Can I? Would my father tell me a dad joke
Yeah.
to recall?
Delay Moss's room by 10 minutes.
Okay, not Moss. I meant Malaya.
We're not going to Elias.
We are not going to Alliance. We are going to Ren's. We're going to Ren's. I think Opal would have probably got lost and then would have found Ren's room.
Like you go the wrong direction, and it turns out it's just the next door over from where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But you just like went in a big circle.
Yes, exactly.
Pretend that you lost your phone.
Oh, freak! You had to check your notifications.
I had to pull up maps.
Google Maps.
Yep. All right. Would my father have told me a dad joke for the road?
Do you what? Yeah, would he?
Would-
Probably. Do you got one?
No, you got one for me.
You got one for you? Am I gonna no. Technically.
No. All right, I know the joke. Okay, moving on. All right, I would have knocked, and then I would have taken my javelin
Okay.
and wait for the door to open.
I
As
think
you're thinking that
the door maybe opens like immediately. Like, you know, like you do like a couple knocks, like you don't finish your knocks. And Ren's like there. Kind of bored, not knowing what to do.
Okay, I would just been with my javelin. Hello? Oh, it's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Not the javelin, it's the person on the line.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Jokes aside, that's from my dad who says hello. Okay, moving on. How are you with dinner etiquette?
I think you're supposed to gather them all up on a bar.
You're not there, Pablo.
I think I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Though I don't know how to use silverware.
Okay. Well,
Personally, I've never bothered learning.
okay. So
Yeah,
we
I
have
just use my hands.
that makes sense. Well, I think we have some work to do. There's a training in the West Tea Room with the pink cushions. If you would like to come with me to gather the rest of the crew, that would be much appreciated.
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. I am directionally challenged in this place. So, do you know who's next
Uh,
nearby?
am I the first person you've gotten?
Yes, I did get a little lost. So,
Can we get Baron?
Aaron?
I'm sure he needs help. No offense to him.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's go get Baron. Oh, cool.
Make a survival check.
Me?
Yeah, you. To see if you can transverse this strange and foreign environment.
12.
12? Good enough. It takes you only a couple minutes. You're able to find his door. It's also it's the next door over, but you do the loop again
We
backwards.
go all the way around.
Yeah.
Checking all our bases.
Then we solve the puzzle.
You're standing in front of Baron's door. It looks like every other door, but you know it's Baron's for sure. There's a little plaque outside that's been made that says Baron's room.
Cute.
Baron's room. No room.
Yeah. No girls all the time.
Your skull and cross.
Yeah. Well, should we do a cool knock?
Sure.
Okay. I'll knock and then wait for Ren to do something.
I'll add like little like with like my fingers, like do a little tappa on
And
the
then
little mini knock.
yeah. And then I'll knock bang. Knock bang.
You guys will hear. Come in.
What if he's not decent? I don't
I'll take it. I'll crack the door open. Is
Baron's sitting there, fully just no shirt, no pants. He has like some underwear, but he's just like, "What are you doing? I didn't say come in."
And Ren will just won't say anything, but just close the door.
Yeah.
He's naked, so
Oh,
we might have to get
okay.
him. Although he was just sitting there.
Okay. Well, I'm grateful for the little whisper in my ear, being like, "Don't you dare open the door." Okay. I guess we'll wait.
Divine intervention on the paladin, so that way she doesn't have to be scarred by
For divine sense.
yeah, divine sense.
Detect evil and good.
There's a
Anyways, do you guys wait for him, or is this gonna go?
I think yeah, after a while, we'll like knock again and be like, "Are you ready yet? Can we come in?"
Just still sitting there.
Has not moved at all.
He's still sitting there. He's actually like, hold on, I'm getting out of the tub.
He took a shower.
You got a tub? What the?
Yeah.
We all have tubs.
Yeah, everyone has tubs in their rooms.
Oh, I never found my tub.
But I thought that was the fish pond.
Yeah, yeah. I already released my fish in there. Yeah, I
Can
guess
Pinky
we'll.
come out of her door at this point? Because she hears the commotion.
Yeah.
Pinky will leave into the hallway and be like, "What are you guys doing?
Over, just so you know, it's just
We're all just right next to you.
What are you guys doing?"
I'll say, Baron's naked.
We're doing a tea party etiquette drinking thing.
Pinky is still very shocked from the Baron is naked. Like, why did I need to know that? I mean, like, good for
Contact?
him, but like,
Good
That's why we're out here and not in there.
At this point, I'll come to the door and open it, and I'll have pants on this time, but just still shirtless. What do you guys want?
Okay, I literally just jumped back on, and all I hear is Baron's naked, and he's coming to the door.
Look, you didn't miss much. That's where we're at.
Well, all right.
I would assume that's how Moss.
That's how
enters into
Moss
this
enters in as
into
well.
the
He like got
situation.
up to go get some food somewhere
He
or
went
something.
into the bathroom because he's
Moss,
glad.
Moss literally turns the corner and just sees a naked Baron opening the door.
No, he's got pants on now.
But he doesn't see that. All he sees is a naked man. That's right. Anyways,
As everyone comes, I'll say, okay, Opal has invited us. Maybe Adelaide I invited her to invite us.
Yes.
We're having a banquet of sorts in the room with the pink cushions.
Yes, it's one of the It's one of the 7 of the tea rooms with the pink cushions. Yeah. Basically, to try and paraphrase what Adelaide told me, is that her dad ain't impressed with our dirty upcoming, so we gotta learn how to use them silverware correctly. Yes. And behave well.
Behave well. What's that supposed to mean?
We're gonna find out.
None of this matters.
To be all fancy like.
I just barely read on my phone Crash Course on Etiquette.
yeah,
I'm ready to roll.
you're ready to go. While this is happening, Adelaide, have you met up with Alaya yet?
Were you in your room, Alaya?
Yeah.
You would have knocked on the door the same way. Boom, boom. Signature knock.
Yeah, Elia, like, what, like, I freaked out when I answered it. Like, the door would have, like, flung open. Like, is everything okay?
Yes, everything will be okay. How much knowledge do you have on formal etiquette dining?
And when?
Or formal dining etiquette?
I mean, I know you, like, don't put your elbows on the table.
Oh dear. I was hoping that you were well read enough to, have a little bit more experience. Can you come with me to get some plates?
Yeah, I can help you.
Let's go. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen and get some plates.
Acquiesce. Cutlery and silverware and plates. Okay.
Do you have your satchel with you?
Yeah.
She's just gonna keep putting silverware in there.
Okay.
Tons and tons of different types.
Point, you're gonna be like, this is too much silverware. she's just gonna keep going.
Is it which satchel are you putting it in?
Yours.
Yours.
Well, yeah, no, because I have two.
Oh,
I purchased one at the beginning, which was the refrigerator one.
Very good.
Oh, the refrigerator satchel.
Yeah, so you can be putting it in the refrigerator satchel, or you can be putting it in like Aya's like book bag.
she'll put it in your book bag and then put like a big bowl of Jello in your refrigerated one. Not big, like big jugs Jello, marmalade maybe.
You see,
Some kind of
like on the Jello container, it says, like taped on the outside, it says forged strawberry Jello cake for tonight's dinner. Don't touch.
Ooh.
She does not take it. Is there any other jar of food that looks like it's a little bit more?
You see a
accessible?
mini strawberry Jello cake though that's already been pre-made, so that way the design could be tested for tonight's dinner, sitting next to the large portion of what you would assume to be the main.
She's looking for everyone to be able to practice using their spoons to scoop in the proper direction, which is
Okay.
away from yourself.
You probably think the best way to practice right now would probably just be water,
Excellent.
so that way it doesn't leave a mess.
Just take a jug and all right. Let's go, Aya. Let's go, Adelaide. Aya, you can come here.
You see to yourself. Let's do this. We can do this myself.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. With this happening, as you guys make it there and are able to kind of set up how things are, like have a mock dinner scenario, and as the rest of the party filters in not too long after, would you like to describe what the west tea room with the pink cushions looks like?
So this tea room is one that Adelaide actually had helped design herself, which is why she invited all of her friends there so that they could be like, oh, what a pretty room. And then she could go on about where she found all of the fabrics and her favorite person that does upholstery and the wood types and such and so on. But it's this large room, large glass light fixtures. There's 3 of them across the room. And then there's a large table with beautiful flowers. And then there are 3 tables that are quite large, and then chairs. But they're cute chairs. There's like little cushions and low backs, so you have to sit upright. But they're so fashion, so fashion, so fashion, so fashion.
On the chairs, you see a little emblazoned tag that says Supreme on it.
Supreme chairs.
Baron will go down and sit on one of the chairs next to the table and put his feet up on the table.
It is one of the tables, and she's setting up enough for all of us to eat, and she's just gonna like smack his foot off, and then she's going to be like, like that.
You
Just
got
kidding.
pumped.
Really, she's like, and then like
Back of the hand.
setting up. Opal's behind her. What she said. Just kidding. Yeah, we've got the bowls, the many spoons, some napkins, folded up like swans.
Adelaide, this is your element. Fine dining is like the epitome of upper echelon culture. And as you're looking around at your compatriots, you don't see them as lesser, because you know they all have merit, they all have purpose in this world. Though, well, as you're looking around, Baron's sticking his feet up. Ren smells kind of like fish. It's just, it is what it is. You're getting a little just like, oh, this is going to be a big task. What you teach them right now is completely up to Adelaide. I'm stepping back as in my role, and you take a couple of minutes to try to prepare your friends for the onslaught that's going to come. If you want to do any history checks, or if they want to do any checks, ask me. Some of the things that you can figure out now may help you have better bonuses and better chances going forward. Don't forget to explain to them the seriousness of the situation and how this could affect the quest going forward.
All right, friends, take a seat. Thank you so much for gathering here with me today. And again, welcome to my home. It's a pleasure. None of you have asked yet, but this room was, in part, designed by me. We can talk about that later. No worries. Soon we will be dining with my father. And this will be a formal dining experience. Now, the Brighters, we pride ourselves on formality, grace, poise,
Poison.
We got those on poise. Sorry, okay. And this will play a big part in how much support we get for our travels to our next mission. My father, you see, wants to support us, but he has an image to uphold in the community. He's not the ragtag knight that he once was. He's a man of society, and so he cannot be lending out his property to those that are not going to represent his name in the way that it needs to be represented. And I can blather on, but basically what I'm telling you is that we don't shape up and act like, you know, posh people, then our chances of getting the horses will dwindle. And I personally know that you're all very good at what you do. And I'm beginning to see more and more through this journey that all of you are just as special as I am. Incredible. But we won't show our father that. So, my father, no, it's your father, it's mine. So, to begin, how many of you have had experience dining in proper company?
Baron's eating a bowl of Jello already.
There's no
Moss,
It's just Baron. You're
Moss is
literally
gonna
just-
look around and slowly raise his left hand.
Oh, Moss, tell me about your experience.
Not much. Not much. If you need me to be all proper, I can give you a list of items that I need, and I'm good to go.
I can get you items if they'll help you be proper.
Yeah, I need a suit with a red top, red undershirt.
Red undershirt.
Give me a. We'll go with gold chain on the left, and white gloves with cuffs.
Moss,
Gold
after
for
all
those
this
as
time,
well.
I did not know that you were a man of fashion.
Not
we
a
should
man
have
of
talked about this before.
not a man of fashion. It's just sometimes when you need to look the right part, you need to look the right part to get something done.
We'll talk more about this. A chain is a good idea. Let's begin. First, when you go to a dinner, a formal dinner, it's important to be wearing the proper attire. Like Moss was saying, formal wear is required. Let's see here. Pinky. This is fine. This looks good, right? She's got like a skirt, right? Like, right?
She's wearing her cute little sundress.
it's kind of for formal things. It's a little bit bright, but it is pinky. You think you might be hard pressed to get her into any other color.
This is good. This will work. Ren, do you have anything with full sleeves, or maybe like a proper hem?
No.
Okay,
If-
go for it.
If you want Hafanapar, would you like me to bring in our house tailor and maybe
would you?
we can get the group a little bit more, stepped up in their fashion?
Yes, we won't be able to make full outfits for everyone, but I think we can throw some pieces together to make this work.
I'll let him know that we might be Yeah, pudding patch job.
That job is great. Thank you, Papa.
Okay.
All right. All right. So
He runs
the
off.
tire is good. We want to make sure that you bathe well behind the ears, and shave properly, Baron. Particularly need to make sure that you do that. Any sort of weird smells, come take care of those. Okay. We get into the dinner. Politeness. Let's talk about etiquette. We won't have time to talk about everything, but I'm going to give you the basics. Okay. So when you arrive at dinner, you will be seated by one of our gosh, what's that word? Servants, and by one of our staff. That's a word. That sounds a little less derogatory. And pop quiz. The food is presented in front of you at that point. Do you eat it?
No.
No! Correct, Opal. You're going to want to wait until everyone has been served, and then you eat after the head of the household eats, which in this case would be my father. Number 2, there will be a folded cloth ornament on the table. What is that, and what do you do with it? Anyone?
Is that what you place on your lap?
Yes, that's what you place on your lap. You will unfold it delicately. It's a napkin, and you will put it on your lap. Despite it being a napkin, you want to do nothing with it. Don't use it to wipe your face. Don't use it to wipe your nose. Don't use it to wipe off food. You will leave it on your lap and not touch it. Any
How many
questions?
bowls of water have you gotten down, Baron, by this point?
No, I think he's just kind of sitting, just rolling his eyes at all this, I think.
Okay.
I think he's
but
attempting
is-
to follow along, taking I'm assuming an extremely large napkin for her and trying to put it on her lap like a blanket.
It's literally like you could wrap it's a quilt. Like if you need to make it through cold weather, this would be perfect.
It's probably actually warmer and better quality than
Most blankets. Yeah, that's not wrong.
She might keep it.
It is embossed with like AB for Azurius Brighthor. So just know that if you did take it, it is embossed with AB. You could add a C.
We have,
It's ABC.
well, but we have
Cutlery details.
Pinky is somewhat a seamstress because she was able to tailor what's his name, Baron's shirt. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. She is a seamstress.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're not going to worry about it at the moment.
Adelaide will then kind of go through a tutorial, follow along tutorial of like, oh, this course is when you use these forks, and this is how you hold a spoon, and drinking water properly, when to set it down, and kind of go through like what that would kind of look like. What's it looking like out there?
I would like each one of you kind of to describe how you're taking this information as Adelaide's presenting it to you.
So Pinky is taking this as kind of like a trick, like a challenge. Like this is her chance to perform, right? This is a performance to her, like a chance to show, I don't know. Anyway, so she's taking this in like, okay, I've got to perform. Like this is going to be cool. I'm going to be someone else. I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to trick her dad into thinking that I am a posh person. So that's how she's taking it.
Prank.
Major prank.
I feel like Opal would have taken this a little bit as review because I feel like she would have learned a little bit, not as in depth, but basic etiquette.
I mean, in Theodorn sword fighting school, they definitely teach you how to be a proper knight, and so that was part of your curriculum: was how to be chivalrous, how to know how to be a formal diner. If you're ever invited to, the nephew of the cousin of the king's banquet.
Yeah. So I think Opal would have taken it as review, but still would have taken it seriously because knowing because she's from that area, as okay, that things probably should take this pretty serious, but she'll still try to have a little fun with it, but still take it as serious as possible. But taking it as review, maybe some things are a little new. It's like, oh yeah, we skipped that part. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
I think Ren would probably like be very earnestly trying to take it all in, but for being someone who's never like who's used to like eating off of a banana leaf, like he's like, plate, which one is that? Cup, like like he's like when Adelaide's like giving the instruction, he's like his veins are like popping out of his head. He's like,
Like the big bang on his forehead.
like, just trying to take it all in.
Oh,
How's Baron doing?
Baron's just nonchalant about this.
But he's doing it? He's
Not really.
okay. He's not following along.
No.
Okay.
you can lead them to water, apparently, and they can drink on their own volition, but some of them don't choose to.
You can lead them to water, but they don't drink out of the right teacup.
Yeah.
So sorry.
they don't use the right spoon to stir their tea.
Aya.
I feel like Aya sees the importance to Adelaide, like how important this is to Adelaide. I feel like she's kind of picked up that this isn't as much, like in her mind, it's not as much for us getting transportation as it is for her showing her father, you know, the I guess the quality of what she sees us to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so Aya would probably be taking as much in as she can. I feel like she would understand and know some of it, like the general basics of like, hey, when you go over to your friend's house, your parent, your uncle's house, you definitely you're on your better behavior, you eat more proper, you don't, stuff like that. So she would be probably taking it a little bit more serious and seeing how much it means to Adelaide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just Moss.
Yeah, Moss.
Moss, you're muted.
Moss?
Awesome vanishes.
She's going.
Well, this has been fun. I'm. Oh,
Moss, was I muted?
Yes. you are.
Yes.
Gosh dang it. Okay. In short, Moss just expressed that he will do what needs to be done. And a lot more words than were needed.
Fair enough.
That was a great exercise, everybody. Oh, go ahead, Baron.
well, I'm just gonna head back to the room. You can send the tailor that way or whatever.
We'll all be meeting here so that I can approve your outfits.
Fun apart. He's just as like you've all kind of had this second. He's been waiting. Just you see a looks to be a middle-aged woman. Her race looks to be some sort of tabaxi, from what you can tell. And she comes in. She has like a very nice gown on, very kind of plumage at the sides, very formal dress. And she has like this large briefcase in her hands. She comes up in and she opens it up, folds out legs from inside of it, and sets it up. And it's like a mobile tailor base of operations, as it's got everything that she needs to fix a wardrobe. So now this is up to you guys. Each one of you, I'd like you to describe your character as your formal outfit OC. Like what spin are you going to take on the formal look for you particularly? I'll start with Pablo. Pablo goes from having his, bare chest and like animal skin, like trousers and his little cap, to having it all be the same except he has a little bow tie now. And it's very cute.
It's kind of like Magic Mike.
I love it.
A little smaller.
He's a little risky.
That's right, bud.
Yeah, he is too. Just a boy. Who would like to start describing their character?
Trying to get in
I think you should just call people.
Everyone roll for initiative.
This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like, I don't know, you're excited to tell me. So
Yeah.
if you need a second to think about what you want your character to look like, then take it.
Okay. Opal will try. I was trying to look up ideas, but it's not working. I think she would ask Adelaide some follow-up questions like, so with this event, would you say a full length gown would be too much, or would it be just enough, or half calf type of length?
For dinner to the ankles is forward.
Okay, so formal. Okay,
But it doesn't need to be like formal, just more like the leg.
length. Okay, and then you said sleeves, which modest. Okay. Opal would request nothing fancy, but think she would, the dress that fits would be a Princess Fiona type of look.
Yeah,
But
like the
not
green,
the color, not the color,
not the color.
the dress style.
Kind of like that straight.
Straight cut down to the ankle.
I'm just seeing a
long
green dress. I'm
sleeves.
sorry.
No, but it gives you the image of the style. So straight cut, you have a square neck, maybe a little arrow down, just like Fiona's, whatever. But she would like it to represent her colors. So
Like a silver and orange coloring.
yeah, but not an orange.
Not door hinge orange. It's just like highlights orange, where it's kind of more of like a silver and white mixed dress going into it.
Mhm.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Sounds-
and then maybe for the sleeves down, or some type of seam has the triquetra on it.
yeah, maybe it's like emblazoned on.
No, I don't want a belt.
Oh, not on the belt. Maybe like the shoulders,
Sleeves and the
the
collar.
neckline.
Yeah, the neckline.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
It's in that, so it looks kind of Celtic, but
Okay. All right.
not cheesy. No.
Okay. I'm ready. Pinky. So I'm picturing for Pinky. You know those cute little toddler dresses that are
Oh, yeah.
like very high waisted that have the tulle and they're a little bit sparkly, like the
Oh,
little
too cute.
with the little tie in the back.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's kind of what I'm picturing for Pinky, and of course she's gonna. I don't know. Would they give her a different like big witch hat than the one she's wearing, or are they just gonna say no hats?
That's the question. Are you going to try to wear the hat into this or not?
Okay. Well, I guess because she's trying to pull a trick, she's trying to perform, she will ask Adelaide, "Is the hat full, or should I not wear it?"
I think if it was anyone else, but you would be distracting, but you wouldn't pull it off. I feel like this could be good.
Not buying it. Instead, she's going to just
Never mind.
kind of as big. She's gonna have like a big like flower hat.
Oh,
Cute.
that's awesome. Like more like the like
Derby.
yeah. The like it's the 1800s and you literally have like a pheasant just plastered onto the top of it. No,
So
I'm
it's just
talking
it's a
about
big flower, like
Yeah.
anyways.
the kind of
Yeah.
more like the Southern Belle style of hat. If I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it literally
And she's
like
also gonna
a big
have
flower?
cute little what?
Oh, I was gonna say, is it literally like a big flower?
It's just a flower.
Like, you know,
Yeah, it's like a big like tulip like on her
Just
head.
like a
I was
helmet.
thinking more like a sunflower shape, so it's kind of like a flat, like I don't know, almost like she just I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and then she's gonna have cute little pink shoes that like are typical fairy like curl at the end with little bells.
That's fun.
I remember the distinct outfit but less tight is Fiona's Shrek 2 Dance with Prince Charming shiny dress, but
Oh, yeah.
not that shiny.
Just a little bit less shiny. I'm seeing it right now.
I'm just gonna wear this.
You're not wearing a shirt.
So,
If it means so much to you, Adelaide, you can send the tailor to my room, and I'll figure out something later.
What these right?
he's right here, and we still need to roleplay and then leave right away.
I'm walking to my room.
Can I smite him?
yeah, you can do whatever you want. D&D.
I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Even
Grab that spell. Babe.
Gonna start a war.
I could just see like as you start walking out, I could see Adelaide's face go from like her normal like very light skin to like boiling red. It's just like I can just see you being like stressing over this all day, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. He goes to leave, and it becomes too much.
You must succeed in a wisdom saving throw.
the rules are terrible.
Okay.
Didn't pass.
Well, you are frozen. You are held. What does this say? At the end of each of its turn, a target can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends. But until then, you are paralyzed.
Yep.
And
He can still hear you, just so you know.
oh no, I want you to hear me. She's going to usher the tailor over to you, and she's going to give instructions on how to make you just a nice, well-fitting blouse. That's it.
Lego my
Blouses for
Gonna
women.
fix his pants.
No. Nacho Libre.
Like
But
yeah.
we know from experience that you look really great in a nice flowing style, you know, from my
When you
shirt that you've used before. Yeah. The one you destroyed before. So she's just gonna maybe just a nice tailored top. And then maybe she's gonna ask him to like I don't know, maybe shine your shoes. Like just
Just
bare minimum. Like the bare minimum for Baron. And while she's
She's gonna be
still
rooting for some nice trousers.
Yeah, some nice trousers, and then while she's got you paralyzed, she's gonna ask Pablo to shave your face. So
Oh well,
No.
that would have happened a lot. Like, I feel like there's a
nothing
lot
is
that would have
just
been.
like the
So
Clean up the neck.
get your neck beard.
this is what's going to happen. I think the tailor is world class because I mean you're a very rich family. So the clothing with this held person will work. I will allow you if you don't want them to shave you, Baron, to make another wisdom saving throw. To try to break free.
What's the save I gotta make?
Wisdom.
Well, what's the DC? I got 15.
You're able to
You are dressed up now, but they haven't. You see Pablo's kind of tentatively coming with you with a straight edge razor. It's like,
Pablo, you touch me, you die.
he like slowly like puts it on the ground and backs away.
See you at dinner.
well, okay. Listen.
I'm.
Let's all no, please. Like we need to practice. I need to make sure that you guys are good after we all just get dressed. This can be quick.
He's already gone by this point.
That's fine. Everyone else, we can practice. Does anyone else want to share like what they
Is Moss dressed up yet, or is Moss gonna come in later?
This is the time that you would like to describe. If there's anything other than like what you described earlier for what you want for Moss to look like, now's the time to say it. And just mind you, this can be the clothing, but it could also be accessories because that's also a major portion of this.
So when you guys see Moss, sort of, I want to explain Moss because I have a good thing for Moss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you see Moss, looks like what I explained earlier. He's got the suit on, right? He's got the gold chain on the left side. He's got the red undershirt to the suit. Adelaide would recognize this style, very similar to like Torvu. Like, where am I from again, Chase? Tortuva or something like that.
Kotovna.
Titovna. Very similar to like the elites on Titovna type of a look, right? As well, Moss has gotten his beard like wrapped, not wrapped, but like
braided.
combed out, braided with like gold, like little rings in it, with his hair slicked back.
Awesome.
Like he does not look like the Moss you all know.
I almost imagine that you've gone for the top hat as well. Maybe not. That might be a little bit too much, but it's a
he has the top hat as an accessory, but it's not on at the moment.
Yeah, you have it underneath the arm with the white gloves, almost like a dueling cane in the other hand. You look like the Monopoly Man.
Oh, he wants the cane. He wants the cane.
The cape.
Can it be? What's the peanut guy's name?
Oh, Mr. Peanut. I don't know. All right, I love that. I love Moss. He's so cute.
So
All right.
then, here's what I'm thinking. Okay. It's gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be like a tuxedo or like a suit, but it's gonna be like kind of a long sleeve. I'm thinking a dark color palette, long sleeve shirt that's kind of tight and like a high collar. That's like kind of like buttoned right there. It's got like a little strip of like patterned fabric on like the pocket.
Yeah.
And then like half of the shirt is also just that pattern. So it's like kind of in half. And then like kind of tighter pleated pants. And they kind of like end like halfway up the calf.
Yeah.
And then slippers on the bottom.
Like the George Washington style, like
no, not like pantaloons, but like yeah, I drew a pretty okay picture. And he's got like a little cap, like a little chapeau on there.
He's so cute. I love like the two-tone shirt. That's
a
awesome.
two-tone shirt. I don't think Ren's really into it.
He's like really uncomfortable right now because you've never like had sleeves before.
Yeah, and they're like the French cuff. You're like, what's going on here? And I imagine the tailor is like, like this would work perfect for you. And Ren's like, whatever, man. Like just squeezing into this like tight shirt,
You like can't put your arms down.
Yeah, I'm like,
Your already gets
little hat.
The sweaty arm.
Tacos.
The little hat. I love it.
That's Ren's look.
Oh goodness. All right, Aya, I think you're last up.
So Aya probably at some point would have approached Adelaide and kind of been like, I don't really have any type of formal wear. I didn't think we would be doing something so formal, and I'm not 100% sure what's appropriate.
Well, you're in luck because I've already designed a few outfits for you in my head as we've been adventuring. So I've got a few looks if you'd like trust me to give them some instruction.
Yeah, I would trust you. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, it's a pale blue gown.
Ooh.
Yes. With
not baby blue. It's like pale blue.
Pale blue.
Robin Jane blue.
Yes, like a beautiful pale blue. A very flowy skirt. And it's got like a tighter bodice, but then the sleeves are kind of not puffy, but like the
A little bit wider.
what is that called? Not the princess cut, but it's like do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's like a flowy.
Yeah,
something.
they're like flowy. It's like silky.
Yeah,
So it's like
until it gets to the
like,
cup,
yeah,
and then
like
it's like a cinch.
They're
and then
very
we're doing
nice.
this, like with like pearls. So like a little pearl clasp here and like a bunch of buttons up the back.
Ooh,
It has a little
Sounds
pearl belt.
Sounds beautiful.
that does sound beautiful.
Mine sounds
very
cheap.
nice. Now, there's one more person, Adelaide, and that's you. What are you going to wear to impress your father to try to help bring up the rest of your group to the pinnacle of upper echelon fine dining?
Few yellow dreads from that she got
From Mosby?
from Mosby. So she's gonna like be keeping her eye out for it to arrive.
Yeah, definitely. He's already got there.
Great.
It's gone through the processing system that you have. Quite easy. It's already hanging up. You have a rack for just the new clothes in your bedroom. So that way you know that way you can catalog it, put it into your system.
Sorry, my little gnome deleted all of my work.
It's right there.
Okay, I'm not sure why he deleted them.
Anywho, it is very nice. You look very good in it. Okay.
Ready.
With this, it's time to prepare yourselves. You all have gathered together outside the private dining room for the Brighthor family.
Baron will probably show up a little late.
He's going to show up a little late. That's okay, because we're going to go to break right now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to... I'm going to do that right before we jump in. I'll do that right now. I'm going to send out the Owlbear Rodeo link.
Oh no!
Oh no!
For this
Food
day.
fight. It's gonna be a food fight.
Dude, that's so cool.
Anyways, we'll explain the rules of what's going to go down when we come back. Ready, break.
Break. Hold on.
Run.
Break. No.
crash that happened in Moab this week?
Oh,
What?
what?
There was a plane crash in Moab.
Oh, that's not good.
That's sad.
Yeah, it was the North Dakotan senator.
Oh,
His,
what?
Yeah, him and his entire family died.
It's okay. It's okay. You're brave. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I'm a jerk. I'm not nice.
You want this, baby?
Yes,
All
I
right.
Come on.
Well, I think we're about ready to get started. As you notice, the music has changed a little bit, and there's a battle map, which may make you think that you're going to be fighting someone. But with what's going to be going on coming up isn't necessarily a fight against a person, it's a fight against food. As most of you have never experienced how much food is presented in front of you during a meal of fine dining where there's many different courses. So basically how this is going to work is you will be given options for food and it'll be placed before you and before your character. And if you are to survive, you must consume the food in the best way possible, and not, run out of hit points per se. In this sense, basically think of it: how well can you put down food? And I want you to know you can be creative with this. You guys are 4th level D&D characters. You have magical powers. That doesn't mean like all you have to do is just like simple things. Be creative with your class features to figure out how to deal with this. Basically, the food the food options. Basically, the food options are enemies that you need to be able to beat their AC and kill their hit points in order to devour that food. If not, penalties will be brought against you and they will be able to attack you in a sense. You get to choose what you fight as you get to choose what you eat in this course meal. So be careful your choices. All right. As you all enter into the dining room, you are led by Aya Brighthor. Already seated across the room, is the mistress of the house, your mother, Adilaide. She does not look impressed whatsoever.
The mistress.
You can probably tell that you're not only trying to impress Azurius as much as her, with how you act right now. Adelaide, do you remember what your mother's name is?
Aya.
Aya. Aya isn't known for her soft spoken words. She can be a little hard sometimes. So, with what you're doing, remember you are being watched. Always. Keep that in mind. Still be very creative, or else the food may get the better of you. All right. Where would you like to be seated?
I imagine that as they're starting to walk in, Adelaide's probably like jittery because like
She's
Vincent's
got,
still
like,
not
sweating
like
a
very
little.
still is like not there yet.
Yeah.
They're like by the door, and Adelaide's like counting everyone off, like, no, Moss, no.
Moss crawls onto the table, starts laying in the food.
Moss would like to eat everything. No.
He's just gonna Scooby Doo this and just like slurp it.
Stick his tongue out, put all the things on there, and then roll up his tongue.
Actually, is Adelaide gonna sit us? Because if she's not making any moves, Moss is gonna immediately bow and walk in.
So like there's servants. You don't see them. Let me just. Ren, that was actually a really good idea. Just keep making copies of Pablo. There's servants all around. They will help you be seated. They'll pull out your chair for you and put it back. But you need to choose which chair you guys want to go to, if that makes sense.
I'm
Moss wants
assuming
this
that
chair.
Pinky's chair is blatantly obvious because of its size.
It's a high chair.
No, it's not.
Like at the right.
No, they're holding the high chair like the booster seat, waiting for you to choose.
Dang! Did
Moss,
Adelaide mention
you take your
anything?
pick. As you go and you sit just right to the right of Aya Brighthor. What do you say, Moss, as you sit down? Do you
Is
say
everybody
anything?
else coming to sit down at the same time? Because we got to
Yeah.
come in like one movement.
This is
So
all
we will sit next to her father, and
will come in.
and she'll kind of
like right here.
yeah, and she'll kind of maybe invite Alaya to maybe sit next to her.
I will probably sit next to
Which I imagine she's
Opo's gonna sit across next to Mrs. Mistress.
Right here.
I'll sit next to Ren because I think Ren has some lacking experience that bear.
Please
Thank you.
also did guidance on you, Alaya.
I'm going to walk up to what was her dad's name?
Azurius.
Azurius.
Azurius. I'll say, sir, is this seat taken? Gesturing to the seat next to him.
That's clearly not.
He says, no, Master Ren, you are more than able to be seated there. Any free seat is perfectly fine.
A pleasure, and I will pull out the seat and sit in it.
As
And
like the
Take my
like
napkin,
servants
put
are,
it on
like,
my lap.
the servers are trying to like pull it out for you, and you just like kind of like grab it and like
Yeah, we have like a little like.
uh,
I didn't know there'd be servants here.
He's like, oh, I'm sitting here.
yeah,
Servants
this
will
is
sit
my chair. Sorry. It's just a
Like,
statement.
oh, were you wanting to sit here? Sorry.
He's like, no, it's for you.
All right, what's Adelaide's mom's name?
Aya.
All right, when Moss goes to sit down, Moss is going to stand by the seat and wait for the servant to pull it out.
Mhm.
And then upon sitting down, he'll be like, Aya, such nice servants that you have here. This rather is a pretty exquisite meal. I'm very thankful and impressed.
That is Mrs. Brighthor to you.
Apologies, Mrs. Brights. What
No
was that
offense
again?
taken. And what might your name be? I'm sorry, I'm not acquainted with you quite yet.
My name is Moss of New Tortuga.
New Totovna.
Yes.
Quite interesting. You are very far from your home. Makes me wonder what my husband's company that he's keeping nowadays is.
Husband's company? Or
Yes.
did you mean
Like, what do you mean? Say that again, Moss. I just didn't hear you very well.
Wait, did you mean Adelaide or husband?
Who said that?
Her husband. She said that.
Ain't much to do with Adelaide. So if it involves Adelaide, it more has to do with her dad.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
From what you can tell, doesn't seem impressed with anyone here whatsoever right now.
Well,
That's fair.
Not even me.
Not even you.
I'm killing it.
He really thinks the two-tone shirt is tacky, to be quite honest.
It's not my fault. Fire the tailor.
She's trying.
She doesn't know that Ryan is at the peak of fashion yet.
Yeah.
That's around
Aya is a little bit more of a traditional woman, you could say.
Typical.
I love how we got like hard rock, like metal music going on right now during the party. All right. Go ahead.
Opo, sit down.
Yeah. Opal, where are you sitting?
I'm sitting where I am.
Oh, you sit down next to
Yes.
Aya on the other side.
I would bow, curtsy first, and be like, Miss, was it Miss, right? Lady. Brighthor? Right? Brighthor.
As you're like looking over to Adelaide to like get confirmation as you're asking, Lady Brighthor?
And just like Lady Brighthor, it's a pleasure to be in your presence. I am Paladin Opal Delis.
Oh, Miss Opal, it's good to meet you. I've heard much about you from my connections with the Triquetra. It's good to see that you are able to join us this evening.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Very much so. The pleasure is all mine. All right. Baron, about this time, I would assume you made your way to it. What are you wearing as you walk in here?
So I will be wearing, instead of a very flowy dress gown, or dress, what did you call it, blouse?
Bless.
It will be more reminiscent of a military, like, formal attire.
Hmm.
Do you got the medals?
Nice.
He doesn't have the medals because I'm
But-
presumptuous.
Yeah, it's like a military cut suit.
Military cut
Like,
suit.
I imagine like the
he'll
buttons
have-
on the side. Like,
He'll have like kind of a coat that comes lower. You can see it. He still actually carries his whip on him. And oh, he was asleep. That's so cute. Sorry. And whatever other hidden pockets that he asked the tailor to create. But so he'll have that, and then his it'll be very simple, but nice and neat. And then with his pocket watch will be like the chain will be like hanging, so it looks
dapper.
dapper.
Did you shave?
He did shave. He kept the mustache, but it's now like
It's like curled up
he
a little
curled it
bit.
up with some wax.
Slay.
So nice.
Baron slays.
And I'll go take a seat next to him.
Perfect.
No, I think the table is just too big.
There, yeah. Pablo will like pull this chair back away from the table, and that there's not someone using it. One of the many Pablos in the room.
But Pablo is gonna sit down.
Pablo could sit down, but he's a intern, and so
He is an intern.
that's the best way to put it.
Insistent.
So as you all have been seated, you see in front of you, the way this will work is we will start with Moss as you are on the right of Lady Brighthor, and we'll go around the table until we get back to her. And when it's her turn, that's kind of when like the events will cue. And so you guys can be kind of like, for whatever choices you've made, that's kind of like the enemy's turn, basically, in this case scenario. So as you always know, that
Is it the mom from Train?
it might be.
It's what's her
It's
name?
like her
What's her name?
I don't know. I just found.
Isn't
I
it
looked up.
really-
evil step witch.
No, I didn't. I looked up female noble D&D token. I found it on Pinterest. Anyways, I definitely didn't steal it. But this is no one's seen that.
No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows him.
Anyways, so yeah, as you all know, at the beginning of a meal, the first thing that is brought forth is your choice of drink. As each of your personal Pablos comes up to you, they offer you the choice of 3 different beverages. The first one on the list is the Westchester Fire Wine. The other one is the Zubugi Coffee. And last is the Crimson Whiskey. Moss, what are you choosing?
So, does Moss know these drinks well?
Make a history check.
A history check. Ooh. That's not Moss's strength. Moss got a 5.
They all sound like something that you'd probably gulp instead of chew. From what you can tell.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. And am I the first to be served, or did the lady?
You
get
are
served?
the first one up, so you can't like queue off of anyone else.
Read them off again real fast.
You got the Westchester Fire Wine,
Okay.
the Zabugi Coffee, or the Crimson Whiskey.
Let's do the wine.
Okay.
Wine's usually a good choice in something like this.
As he puts a wine goblet in front of you, uncorking the bottle, the first thing that hits your nostril is kind of the scent of like almost charred wood mixed with a pungent fermented grape smell. It's quite nice. As he pours you a nice cup, he spins it a couple of times and sets it in front of you. All right, next up, Baron.
Throughout our time in this chateau, have there been any portraits with Lord Brighthor where he's like sitting and there's the portrait with a drink missing?
Ooh. I would say do an investigation check for that.
Almost a bad time. That's gonna be a 9.
9. You can't tell what specific, like as you're remembering of the various paintings of Lord Brighthor, what drink he would choose in this scenario. Though you could tell from what it seemed, they seem to be a more dark complexion, less probable than the wine, either the coffee or the whiskey.
Interesting. Baron is a whiskey man. But I also lean more towards the wine in this scenario. Wine usually pairs well with whatever we're having, but screw it. He'll do himself. He'll do a whiskey.
Shot of whiskey. As he uncorks the crimson whiskey and pours it out, it smells similarly to hickory and hospital, as it seems to be quite strong in nature. Though, from what you can tell, it also feels like, from just smelling it, you feel like it has the chance to boost your vitality by just, giving you that rush, that burn sensation. Next up, Ren, what are you choosing?
I'm going to choose that coffee that had a funky name.
The Zabugi coffee.
Zabugi coffee. That sounded yum.
All right. As you see, I'm also placing many little tokens in front of you, signifying what choices you have made.
They're so small.
They're tiny. The man of the house will also choose the Zabugi coffee.
I'll turn to him and say, "Excellent choice."
I thought so myself. It reminds me of when I was, the good old days back when I was gallivanting all through, Zebobzwa, conquering, as you do.
And Ren will just be like, not knowing at all what he's talking about.
Perfect. Adelaide.
We copied before.
Make a history check. I want you guys to know, no matter who you are, you still have to roll for all your stuff.
We're doing trying to put him upstairs. This music just.
I only rolled a 6.
A 6. You are not much of a coffee drinker yourself. You do remember your father talking about this as his time when he was a knight and he spent time in Zebobzwa, being this coffee is famous for being in from a small town, smaller town to you. It's still quite fairly large, but a smaller town set on the coast of Zabobzwan. That's all you really remember it. You don't remember a taste or anything like that. Or maybe its properties.
Adelaide is always copying her dad, so she'll ask for the coffee as well.
Okay. They're so small.
I don't even see them.
You gotta zoom in.
Crazy.
Oh wait, why is it not?
Yours isn't loading up.
Oh.
You might.
I'll
need
figure it
a
out.
minute.
Oh,
You guys keep going.
there's some I can't even see him.
Yeah. Whoa. Alaya, it's your choice.
Yeah, very little.
They're so small.
Elia would be like looking at what Adelaide got, and then just like looking at Adelaide and being like, "Oh no." Which one would I do?
If
Would it?
the so
She
your
would do.
server says are none of the drinks to your liking.
Oh no, they all sound so delightful, and just trying to decide, I guess, on which one. I guess I'll do the wine, please.
Good choice.
This is
Elia's like,
alcohol.
yeah. This is like low key. Elia's like freaking out because she does realize she just asked for alcohol, and she knows from her last experience it didn't go well.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Yeah. Pinky, what are you choosing for your drink option?
Guys, I am low key like freaking out because Pinky drunk and Pinky hyper are not good things. So these are bad options all around.
Now, if you want to, you don't have to choose these drinks. There is a secret fourth option.
Not so secret anymore.
Not so secret. But the question is, do you have the audacity to ask? And we all know what it is.
Milk.
No, not milk.
Tomato juice.
Right.
Okay. This is what Pinky's gonna do. She's gonna. Okay. So she's gonna look around. Is there any sort of creamer that comes with this coffee?
The coffee looks pretty creamy to begin with.
Is there some other cream she could put in it?
She just wants straight
Just the
cream.
cream.
I have the coffee, but take out the coffee and add the cream, just all the way up.
But like, is there an option?
Yeah.
There's always options.
There's always
easy.
options. Yeah, make a persuasion check or a deception check as you try to describe what you want your coffee to be like.
Well, so what I was imagining, and if this isn't how it's being played out, then let me know. But I was imagining that they would like pour the coffee and then they would pour in the creamer, right? That's what I was picturing. So when
This is like where they just bring you like for the coffee, like it's still piping hot. They brought it out from the kitchen to you and
Okay.
stuff like that on like
Well-
a gilded plate, little saucer dish. That's what I was imagining, but
okay, if that's what's going on, then I yes, that's good. But okay, well then I guess Pinky has committed to following Adelaide to the letter, so she's getting coffee.
Okay, she's getting coffee. All right. Opal.
But she's going to turn to the waiter and she's going to say, "Can I get a glass of water too?"
Of course. I'm glad that you asked for the glass of water because I was really excited to show you guys the token for it.
Vigil. Is it Vigil?
It's just a bottle of Fiji. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I love that.
Opal, what would you choose?
I would AC Gablo Sablo. Anyway, I would be like, may I have the Aquapana?
The Aquafana?
Yeah,
Of course.
which is water. But really expensive water.
Yeah. They will bring you out a nice, refreshing glass of water.
Yeah. When we were at our fancy restaurant for our anniversary, they said, "Would you like tap or bottled water?"
Yep.
And I'm like, "Oh, bottled water." And then they
It's
brought
not
out,
like they're going to bring out like plastic bottled water. I don't know.
Nope.
Something.
it was very expensive bottled water.
It's like in
It
a
was good.
wine
No, it looked-
bottle.
It looked
I
like
do
Then
have a
you bring it out
question.
in like a little like ice bucket.
Is
Yeah.
is this
Fun.
water
It's like-
sparkling water?
No, it's plain water.
Just plain water.
Just plain water.
Okay.
It's
Don't worry,
still
it has
water.
its own effect,
It's
just like everything
still
else.
water.
Aya will also get the water as she doesn't like to drink this early in the afternoon. But maybe she will choose the wine later on. As just so you know, every time you have the next course of meal, your drink will refresh. So just keep that in
Can we
mind.
change it?
Yes. So with this being the end of the first decision making, then we'll have you kind of role play your kind of taking damage and dealing damage to your stuff. So for those of you who chose the wine, how do you want to try to deal with this?
You drink it.
Is there any,
Special.
do you want to do anything special or just go? I think it was only Moss and Elia that chose it.
Like Moss is just gonna sip it like a normal rich person would do.
Okay, make an attack roll. Just use your normal bonus to attack.
What do you mean by normal? Like what I would use for like a
What you
dagger
would
attack?
use for an attack, unless you're adding a special ability. Then you have to describe how you're using that special ability in relation to this move.
Okay, no, Moss is just he's gonna take it.
Okay, roll for an attack.
Ooh, 17.
17 will hit. Roll for damage as you slowly swirl your wine.
What do I roll for damage?
Your normal attack. Whatever Moss's regular, like your daggers or whatever you do, that's just that's just all you're rolling. We're just like using your normal D&D stat block stuff to kind of bring it into this situation.
All right, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. You've gone through most of your wine, but haven't quite finished it off yet, as is at 8 points of damage. Elia. If you just want to do a normal attack, that's all right. You can just say, I just want to drink it. If you want to use any of your character's abilities, you can also do that as well. Elia.
Oh, sorry. I'm like talking. I was talking to Loki a second ago, and he was barking at me, so I muted myself. So I'm talking to myself. So I would like to use aid.
To give yourself a little bit more
Yeah.
confidence. Okay. I imagine that
Yeah.
for the most part, you're not really even drinking your alcohol. You're just kind of swirling it just so that way you can like. It's almost like you're doing it more as a conversation piece rather than actually using it for your.
Sure.
your
Alaya would taste the wine.
Yeah.
But yes, it would be more of a conversation. She wouldn't be like actively drinking the wine.
Micro.
Has Ren been naming all these?
Yeah. I'm running out of names. I've done every name.
Well, anyways, roll your. I think. Do you roll for it? Is it just a bonus 5 points of health?
It's just a bonus 5 points of health to me and 3 people.
So who you choose?
So I'm gonna do myself. I'm gonna do Moss, and I'm gonna do Pinky.
Okay. All right. Write those things down. You got Pinky, Moss. Add 5 hit points to your total for the day.
Yay.
All right. With the wine over, Baron, you're the only one with the whiskey. I need you to make. All right, no. You need to make your attack first. Make my attack.
All right. That's going to be a 25.
That will hit. Roll your damage. Whatever you would usually roll for your damage.
Do we know how many courses there are?
You do not yet. So you may have to pace yourself a little bit.
That's going to be 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. Good to know. All right. Now that's up. We have Ren, Mr. Brighthor himself, Adelaide, and Pinky. If you guys want to do attack rolls, let me know if there's anything special that you'd like to do.
Pinky is going to use her actor's feet, and she's going to look at Adelaide and her mom, and she's going to mimic them.
Oh,
not in their voice, but like in their actions, right? And she's going to use a sleight of hand to not drink too much of the coffee, but like make it look like she's drinking it and enjoying it. That makes any sense?
That makes sense. Let's see if you can demolish this coffee. I'll give you an advantage since you're using your actor feat to kind of see how other people like. Do they just, they like kind of knocking it back a little bit, or are they going a little slower?
Yeah.
That way you can fit in a bit.
Nice. Okay, I like that advantage. That is a 23 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Roll for damage. You could use your sneak attack if you want to.
Yes, let's use my sneak attack. Okay.
Getting that
That's
water.
going to be very useful. Trust me, that's going to be very useful going forward.
Is she going to put it down?
Points of damage.
20 points of damage. You
13.
13. You decimate that coffee, making it to where it can't do its effect against you.
Woohoo.
So that's how it works. All right. Adelaide and Ren, did you guys just roll normal straight damage?
Is it like with like unarmed strike or
No, this is just like whatever your base,
whatever you normally use
for attacks, use that. I trust that like you can use whatever's best for you. Like if you have a better long
for like
range
spell casting as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could use like one of your cantrips per se.
If
there's
use
one,
my heaviest hitting spell, right?
You could use your heaviest hitting spell whenever you want. If you do use like a spell or something kind of special, I'd like you to kind of be creative with how you describe how you use that spell in that situation, if that makes sense. But you are literally fighting this food.
I got a 12 to hit the coffee.
Let me check. That will not hit,
Ooh.
as you go to sip it and you burn your tongue.
Yeah, it's still too hot.
I don't know if you've ever even had coffee from where you're from.
Yeah,
You've
probably.
only had cocoa, like cocoa beans.
Yeah, like ground up cocoa beans.
Yeah.
It's a familiar concept.
Yes.
We'll see.
You just got a little excited, so. Lord Brighthor will also miss on his coffee as well. He goes, "Oh, that's a little hot, don't you say?"
It needs some time to cool down a little bit.
I just get so excited when it reminds me of the good old days. You know how it is.
Those good old days. Just so good and old.
Yeah. Adelaide, what are you going to do?
Coffee. Roll a dexterity save.
Yes, it can.
Okay.
It got a 13.
Hey, well, it takes 1d8 radiant damage.
Roll your d8 as you sacred flame your coffee, just to make sure it's the most holy of lukewarmness before you start drinking. 4.
Plus whatever you normally add, which is your wisdom as a cleric.
7 points. You've almost finished this coffee off, but not quite. With that, Opal and Pinky, for your water, you don't have to worry about anything. It's just like it doesn't really do anything. It's there, as it's not a specialty drink.
Talking and Adelaide's like.
Yeah. All right. At the end of the conversation, Aya Brighthor is going to turn to you, Aya, and ask, Aya, or Aya, I noticed you carrying around a good amount of books. What's your favorite literary author?
She would probably. I know. Oh, my favorite literary author actually is my mother. She writes books on magic, and she holds a rather high position of power in the magic school from where I come from.
Oh, and where is that? You can kind of hear in her tone. She's like, "You picked your mother as your favorite writer." She's kind of probing to see how much volition does that actually hold.
I can't remember what the actual city's called.
Oshto.
Yeah, I'm from Oshto.
I don't think I know where that is. Sorry, it must be too small for me to know.
No, it's I know it's not a very large and popular. It's the city of Vigils.
Oh, I did not know that the Vigils were so large that they had their own city. Is it some sort of secret?
To an extent, I mean, there's no permitted, I guess, open travel, if that makes sense.
Well, fair enough. I can definitely understand not wanting some company around. As she kind of turns back towards her meal.
He's gonna kind of look at Alaya and be like, good job, thumbs up.
Good job, thumbs up. Keep it up.
Pretty good.
Okay. For those who have wine, which is Moss and Alaya, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as you still have the wine in front of you.
A Constitution saving throw.
What'd you get, Kyle?
Oh, pretty good actually. I got an 18.
Yeah, so you are unaffected. It was not able to take hold of you. You can hold your wine fairly well. What about you, Alaya?
I got a 21.
You're also doing quite well right now with your Constitution. The wine, it's in some ways a little bit bitter, but it is also quite sweet. It's a good balance of an oaky afterbirth.
I was just about to say that. An oaky afterbirth.
Too many Office references.
I know, right? Okay, those who have the Zerbugi coffee, instead of you, Pinky, since you were able to finish yours off, I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw. I think that is Ren, Mr. Brighthor, and Adelaide.
7.
Is this considered a trap?
10. It could be considered a trap.
Well, it doesn't matter. I rolled the same thing twice. That's a 19.
19. All right, you pass with a 19. You got 10. That is not good enough. So, Ren, you feel this energy course through your body as you drink this coffee. You feel energized. You have 2 actions next go around.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. Adelaide, on your turn, sadly enough, the coffee gets a little bit the best of you, and you're getting a little bit of the zoomies. You're going to not be able to focus in on what you're doing, and you're not going to have a turn. You're just you're clawing the chair and trying not to move. Yeah. Yeah. Cold sweat. It's not going too well. Yeah, your father seems to be holding it down. Though, since Pinky, you got the water on the side, you don't have to roll this, but Opal and
Queen Lady.
Aya needs to roll a charisma saving throw since they have the water. Hang on, got you.
I pass.
What'd you get?
22.
You got 22. You pass.
Yes, I do.
Lady Brighthor did not get the 20 needed to pass.
Oh.
You can tell with choosing water. Opal probably did it out of reasons. It doesn't come off the same way. But if you choose water and you don't get above a 20 when you roll, that means you are affected with the boring condition. So you are now boring. She seems boring with her choice of drink. All right, next up is the choice on...
Did I finish my whiskey?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for reminding me.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Your Crimson Whiskey.
19.
You pass. Roll... This really won't come in handy right now, but roll 3d6 and add it to your HP.
Whoa!
As you feel energized and you feel the burn go down through your neck. So, just so you know, on a successful save, the whiskey can give you extra HP. Next up, though, is the entree course. Kind of like the appetizers. You have 4 choices. You have the bottomless bowl of sourdough bread with bread sauce. you have the Brighthor house salad, you have cinnamon carrot cream soup, or you have the Lenian fried fish.
So these are appetizers or is that entree?
These are like appetizers. This is not the main course.
I think we should change the music. That's just my vote.
I love it.
Okay, we're gonna keep it.
If anyone else really feels partially against hating this music, I understand. But
It's in Adelaide's head. She's got the zoomies clawing at her chin.
all right, starting with Moss, what are you choosing between sourdough, bombless bowl, the house salad, the cinnamon carrot cream soup, or the Lenian fried fish?
Let's do the sourdough.
Bombless bowl. Good
Wait,
choice.
Yep.
As brought out onto your plate is a large sourdough cut into many slices with a dipping sauce next to it. It's the cut design in sourdough.
Okay. It's like
It's a sourdough.
Yeah, it's sourdough. Next up is Baron. What are you choosing? Fish. Lenian fried fish. Good choice.
Chase,
Right.
I do have to ask, what is up with this moon pie?
Not yet.
It was like so small on Baron's plate. I zoomed in and I was like, moon pie.
That's spoilers for later. Okay?
Not yet.
I had a lot of fun coming up with this, guys. I promise. Ren, what are you choosing for your appetizer?
Okay, so is the fish looking like
So
up
you
to
know
par?
when it says Lenian, that means it's like supposed to be from Lena, like
Yeah.
your home. It doesn't look like what you would per se say is a good fried fish, but you can say like they're trying.
You know what?
So
It's just a different preparation. I'll get the fish.
okay, good choice. I think it went underneath you. There you go. All right. The man of the house will get the soup.
I want to know where you're hiding all these.
There's no more. That was my test one when I realized it was too big, so I made it too small, and then I just couldn't
And
find
you
it.
lost.
I lost it, so I was like, oh well. I'm surprised that you found it. All right, Adelaide, what would you like for your appetizer? You'd like to do the soup as well.
She's gonna do exactly what her dad does. No, actually, she did want the soup.
The carrot cream soup does sound pretty good. Alaya, what are you choosing?
Salad.
Salad. Good choice. Pinky, what would you like? You got soup, salad, bread, or fish?
She's gonna go soup.
Fair enough. Good choice.
She's eaten way too much salad in her life. I don't think she's ever had a fish to eat
And
fish.
Opal, what are you going to choose?
a salad.
Salad? The lady of the house will also choose the salad. All right. With that is your guys' turn to attack your food. Moss, you are first. Anything specific you want to do against your bread, or your wine is still on the board. You might be able to try and knock that out if you want to.
I was gonna maybe choose the sourdough. I want to maybe somehow communicate to Moss to throw me one of his sourdough slices because I want
Okay.
to try.
I mean, you do have two actions. You could attack his during your turn as well.
Oh, that's true.
So when Moss goes at the sourdough, he's gonna slice it with an ice knife.
Ooh. Yeah, use the spell like to butter it with like a cold knife.
Oh yeah, give it a little chill.
I like it. Roll for damage. Doesn't he make a dexterity saving throw, or is it just an attack roll?
Attack roll. Oh, I rolled great for my attack. 23.
23? Yeah, you hit it.
Okay.
Let me actually get the stat block up for the bread. There was a specific monster that I thought would go well with a bombless bowl of bread.
Got legendary actions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did pretty good. 17.
17 points of
Yeah.
damage. That's actually pretty good. A good wallop on it. Where am I at? Find bread. That will be. You said 17? Yeah, it looks pretty well spent. It's getting pretty dang close. All right, Baron, you are up. You have some fish right in front of you.
do. So I'm gonna look over at Adelaide and make sure she sees eye contact with me, and then I'm going to reach for the proper utensils and like get in there.
You know that
right?
you start from outer and you go inner, and so you grab the farthest out the seafood fork, which is the one that kind of looks like a trident, and you cut yourself some fish.
I feel like somehow I feel like this is appropriate, but I don't know how I'd use it in this situation. But my bait and switch.
You're going to use your fighting style bait and switch. It does work.
I just feel like it's appropriate because it's fishing, you know.
You can also move one of your characters around if you want to.
No.
I feel like I personally did like a bait and switch, right? Because Baron is rugged and rough, and all of a sudden, like, oh, he knows how to eat formally. So, like, bait and switch. Just kidding, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, oh, am I gonna eat the fish head? Oh no.
Anyway, so I won't do like it doesn't really do anything because I can't add anything with a bait and switch. So
You will add the damage, and I think it does the. Or is the
no
AC.
bait and switch doesn't do anything unless you will allow me to roll a D10 on top of it if I hit. It doesn't normally do anything. It just allows me. It gives us an AC bonus.
Yeah, you could use that. Still may be
Oh, okay.
useful in this.
Okay, I'll do bait and
as
switch, and
the
I'll take.
food will attack you too.
Okay, I'll take the. Oh, I actually have a pretty high AC. They gotta be within 5 feet of me, so I'll give it to Ren.
Okay, Ren.
Ren, you got +2 to your AC. Not much, but.
Good enough.
And then I'll go in for an attack. That's gonna be a 19 plus 6 to hit.
That will hit.
And since I imagine we're using utensils, I have a fork in one hand and a knife, so I'm gonna use my other
You're going
attack
to
as well.
You're going to use your bonus action. Or not
No,
bonus
just
action,
my
your dual wielding.
Dual wielding. My dual wielding will probably miss though. I got like a 9.
That will miss
Okay.
for sure.
So the first one will hit. Oh, sorry. Are you getting through me?
There's more space than most things.
How much damage from the first one?
Yeah. That's gonna be 3 plus 4, so 7 points of damage.
You're
And
making your way to
can
this.
I bonus action use one of my materials that I typically have, which is salt?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what that will do here in this situation.
You want to salt the fish a
I'll
little
salt
bit?
the fish a little bit.
What an insult.
Yeah, that may be a little bit offensive to the cook, but at least you took bites first,
Yeah.
so it's not as offensive. You chose to. That's actually proper salting procedure.
Yeah.
You take a bite first before you salt.
Yeah. So I'll use just a pinch of salt here.
All right. I imagine that's probably a dexterity saving throw on the fishes.
Whatever you want to do. Sure.
It rolled a natural 1. I would roll 1d4 damage.
Okay. 3 points of damage.
You just barely devour your fish
Nice.
all the way. So you clear the palate.
Excellent.
Fair play.
Next up, Ren, you have 2 actions. You feeling a little zoomy from that coffee.
I am feeling zoomy. I'll say like that fish comes up, and I like almost just instinctively just like go to just grab it, rip that meat off the bone.
Like use
but
your
no,
teeth to dig the bones out.
With my bait and switch, I'll help him with that.
I'm so close. I'm getting in there. But no, I
You grab his hand and lead him to the fork. This one.
I get it. I will take a bite of my fish. That is a 19.
That just barely hits. Yes.
Okay. 19? Dang. This fish is tough. Okay. And
Has
then
AC.
Woof. Or should I say?
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. It's just on the cusp of being finished. But will you try to go for the bread, or are you going to go for the fish again?
You do
You know
have
what?
You do have a bonus action. You usually have your harpoon gun, which could be kind of like a long shooty knife.
Is that appropriate though?
There is a fish knife.
It could be appropriate in this
Just use the
scenario.
fish knife.
Yeah, you could literally pull out your like long tuna knife.
Not that one, the actual fish.
Yeah. You know what? The bread just looks so delicious though.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go for the bread.
Okay. Make an attack roll on the bread.
Okay. 20.
20 will hit. It's not hard to hit the bread. The bread hits easy.
Okay. And
Hits the
then
spot.
7 points of damage.
Let me roll its thing.
It's a bottomless hit, so that one actually probably may not be hard to hit, but probably has the highest AC or highest hit point.
Yeah, highest hit points.
So that was 7 points of damage, you said?
Yes, I think.
It failed its Constitution saving throw, so the bread is gone. I was using the stat block for a zombie, so it has the ability to come back.
Just stay alive.
It's like it's coming back like it's a bottomless bowl. Anyways, I thought that was
hilarious.
Thanks for the bread, Moss. I really
Quite.
appreciate it.
For sure.
And then you said I could use my bonus action?
Yeah, if you have anything else that you want to do for a bonus action. You do still have your fish and your coffee in front of you. Just be aware.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the fish again.
Okay.
So I can just roll again, but I just don't add many bonuses, right?
Yes.
Typically how it works. 18.
18 for the fish will just barely hit, as that is the 18.
And then 6 on the dice.
Man, this side of the table was able to clear their entrees.
Yummy.
Now, can the other side do it? Mr. Brighthor will roll to attack his sloop. He does not hit, as he's just, picking his way through it.
While he's doing that, I'll try and turn the subject to talking about him
Yes.
and about his experience in the war.
The war?
Yeah.
The war
I'll just let him.
was a long time ago. We did, many border skirmishes between Zabozwa and Pokolosh was most of my experience, but I do remember the Battle of Enizikan continues on rambling. You can see that his wife rolls her eyes, very much so. Adelaide is not here.
She lost her turn though.
She did lose her turn as her coffee got the better of her. She is, with a shaky hand, eating her soup really slowly. Alaya, I need you to do whatever you're going to do against your salad.
So, if you'll bear with, so if I were to take a bite of my salad, is that like an action?
Like, not technically. Like, are you attacking it? Are you trying to reduce its chance of affecting you? In your hit?
Yeah. So what I want to do is, and because I've never been to like a super fancy restaurant, but most of the restaurants that I've been to that like serve salads also have like limes to squeeze over the salad.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to use Chaos Bolt and change it into acid damage for the acidity of the lime.
I'm good with that. I like that. Take that acid up in the salad. Make it burn as you eat it.
So it's a 22 to hit.
Okay. That will hit.
Okay. And then it is a 15 points of damage.
That will outright take out your salad.
Oh, sweet.
Pinky. Unless there's anything else you want to do, Elia. Pinky, it's yours.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. My strategy is the same, right? Just gonna watch carefully. The fancy people act like them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Do I get advantage again, or was that a one-time thing?
That was probably a one-time thing.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Is there something else I want to do then?
Yeah.
Oh no, it must. Nope, we're like 5.
You gotta keep coming up with creative things if you want more bonuses. Right. So that's how it kind of is going.
Cool. Sorry. I just had the brief image of trying to hide from my food. Because rogues hide, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think it's possible, but I'll think about it more.
Wrong move where you drink it, but it's pouring over your shoulder, so it doesn't look like you actually like you don't have to actually eat as much, so it doesn't take it out as much on you. I like it. Sneak. Make a stealth. You can roll your bonus action for stealth.
Okay, here we go.
Get advantage in.
That's an 8, so probably not.
Let me do a perception check for the soup. Yes,
okay.
The soup is too perceptive for you to be able to sneak it out. It's just you feel like it's going to be too much of a mess if you try to pour it out somewhere.
Hide under your plate.
Hide under your plate. It's hard to hide soup. It really
yes, it is.
Okay. You can't really spit it out into the napkin, things like that. Okay.
Right.
Just roll a straight roll. Yeah. No sneak attack since you don't have advantage on it this time.
Okay. That is a 17.
17 will hit the soup, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it will hit with a 17.
Cool.
Roll your damage.
10 points of damage.
Not bad hit for a little fairy. You're putting down the food. All right.
I'm assuming the portions are fairy sized.
Yeah, probably. It's just like a swimming pool of soup for you. Like jacuzzi. All right. Just so that way we can keep this rolling so we aren't here all night. We're going to move to you, Opal. Roll it. Do your attack salad.
It's a 12.
Sadly enough, that is one shy of the AC for a salad. You will miss. Yeah. So your salads, you're just working your way through it.
Yeah. Got a little distracted by the decor.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out all the Pablo's names.
Pablo. Lady of the house also doesn't finish her salad. All right.
She's failing.
With that, Moss. We're going to do your effects first. We'll go around the table real quick. Sorry that this is kind of taking a long time. I need you to roll that Constitution saving throw again.
All right, Constitution saving throw. Here we go. What do I have to get to be successful?
What'd you get?
I got a 21. Holy fetch!
You will be successful. You're able to keep it down. Baron, what did you get?
12.
A 12. You will fail. Let me roll damage for you. You will take 16 points of damage as you drink this crimson whiskey during this time of the meal, it burns a whole lot more, and you can feel yourself take 46 points of damage. Not 4d6.
Yeah, I got you.
16 points of damage from 4d6. Anyways, Ren, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for your coffee.
I roll for Tori.
21.
21. That will save. You will get your extra action next time.
Woohoo!
Okay. Adelaide will be attacked by her soup.
Not the coffee.
Her coffee as well. What'd she get for her Constitution save? Or her Wisdom saving throw? Natural one. She loses her action again. As well as her soup will make... She needs to do a strength saving throw for me.
17 plus, I think she has a plus 1 or 2. Let me see.
Yeah, she will succeed with a 17.
Oh.
So the soup tries to grapple her, in a sense, as you know when you drink soup or you eat it, it kind of makes you kind of sit back and want to just relax. It's very comforting, though she is able to keep herself prim and proper in this moment. Alaya, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with your wine.
Oh boy. Here
And if you ever want to switch it out, just let me know during the course meal.
18.
18. That is a save. You are okay. The effect has not occurred for you yet. Pinky, you have some soup in front of you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. That's an 18. I rolled a
That will
19.
save. It does not grapple you. All right.
Good.
Opal,
Yes.
you are up. With the salad, it will cast magic missile against you. As it is fibrous, it just fills you up automatically. It just kind of does its thing. There's not really much that you can do about it.
Veggies are going through me.
Yeah, they're just, they make you full quick. Let me roll.
Shield.
Unless you have shield or counterspell.
I don't think we're even yet.
Not yet. I don't think so. You take... You take 9 points of damage as the salad fills you up a little bit more. The lady of the house will continue to eat her food. At this moment, she is going to turn her attention towards you, Pinky. So, Pinky, that's quite an interesting name. Is it of one of your ancestors? Was it passed down to you, or how did it come to you?
I, of course, am not the first fairy to ever be named Pinky. Of course, there is a long line of wonderful historical Pinkies. But I have to say, though, that the main reason that I was named Pinky is because I am... She's gonna spread her arms and like, ta-da!
Pink, I would assume. Unless my eyes deceive me.
Oh no, of course they don't.
I do like someone who defines themselves not only by their actions, but also by the way that they carry themselves. And so I respect you keeping the name of Pinky.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Next course. You guys do not get to choose this one, as the main course has arrived. Everyone is served the roasted pig in the middle. The roasted pig has a multi-attack, and it is kind of a big bad person. So I'll choose who I want to attack with it. And it's kind of a group effort to try to take it out. So keep that in mind. First up is Moss.
All right. So if Moss is a vegan, does Moss have to attack?
You don't have to attack anything. You could steal Lady Brighthor's salad if you want.
No.
It's
Moss is gonna go for it, but Moss is gonna heat it up a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. It's been sitting on the table out as decoration for a while, so it makes sense that you want to show good courtesy by warming up the food again for everyone.
Or he wants to make it, because this is the main course, right?
Yeah.
Wants to make it look special, so he's gonna cast Moonbeam on this fetcher.
Moonbeam, I love it. Definitely do that. It will
So
have to make.
I need it to make a Constitution save.
It will take damage on its turn. Does it do that when that starts, or I think that's how it works.
Oh yeah, when it starts. My bad. So yeah, when
When
it
it-
starts, it needs to make a Constitution save.
Okay, I'm going to draw ourselves a little circle so we know where our moonbeam is at.
Nice.
Radius of 5 feet is right there. Also, Ren, thank you for covering up the one blank chair. All right. It will take that damage on its turn. Thank you for reminding me. Baron, you are up next. What will you do?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna go all out. So I will do two-handed attacks. So I'll go with my knife, the proper cutlery.
Yeah, you will switch to the larger knife, the actual main course knife.
First one's gonna hit maybe 16 plus 6, so that's 20. Was that 22?
Yeah. That will definitely hit.
So first one will hit, and that will be. I'm gonna make that trip attack.
Trip attack, okay.
To add on to that. That's gonna be 11 points of damage. And then I will also action surge.
Okay.
And I'll go again with both my two attacks.
Perfect.
The first one's a 19 plus 6, so that should hit, and the other one is 12.
That will also hit.
That'll also hit. Okay. So both those will hit. One doesn't get my extra bonus, but I will make both of those. I'll make one a disarming attack and the other one another trip attack.
Okay.
Or two disarming attacks, however you want to do it, just so I can add the
extra damage.
So this is for the first one with plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage on the first one, and then the second one is just going to be a straight 6 points of damage.
30 points of damage in one round towards this thing. I imagine that you are like, don't worry, I got this, and you cut slices for everyone at the table and kind of start portioning it out.
Yeah, I'll start portioning it out, make it look real good, and then I will bonus action second wind.
Okay, perfect. Get yourself a little bit health back from your crimson whiskey. All right, Ren, you are up. You got 2 actions as well from your coffee.
All right. I'm going to attack the pig.
Okay. It looks like a good roasted pig. Classic.
I rolled a 5. I'm going to spend a luck point because I have the lucky feat.
Yep.
To roll again. That's a nat 20.
That will hit.
Okay. I also want to mark this as my favored foe.
That you can do that.
And can I use my Colossus Slayer?
It has taken damage.
Okay.
It has taken damage. So
I didn't know if this is a creature. Do I double all those dice?
Yeah. I mean, it's damage. So it's what's damage is damage. So nat 20. So you double all of them.
And
it takes a lingering effect. Let me look that up real quick. Let's go. Where is it?
26 points of damage.
Oh,
Good.
That
work.
is disgusting
Good work.
in how well you guys are able to kill things.
Gobbling it up.
Me and Ren just
It's like just tearing into
grizzly.
this pig like a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Where is it? Lingering effects table. There it is. All right, let me roll for the lingering effects on this. Plus 11 is 13. So as you're going at it, it ends up getting a broken rib. And so whenever it attempts to make an action in combat, it must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. On a failed, it loses its action and can't use reactions until the start of its next turn.
That's pretty good.
So you've crippled the big bad guy. You said 26 damage.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think so.
You guys are doing some quick damage to this thing. Okay. With that, it is Mr. Brighthor's turn. He's just, enjoying the meal. He turns to you, Ren, and points to the pig and says, "You see that? I acquired that pig. It's the Dracu Fair Blue Ribbon winning pig. I don't want to brag, but I have connections over there in Tepesh, and I was able to get this one up to us."
I'll have my mouth just full. I'm gobbling it down. I'll say, blue ribbon.
Is that like
Very impressed.
what would I know about that type of pig?
These pigs are bred and raised for their purity of meat and to almost like a show. Like to say that you got one of these for your table is like an audacious amount of meat.
Baron could say something right now.
He'll bite his tongue. Adelaide lost her action again, so she's just going to sit there and stare deeply into her mirror that she's holding. Alaya, it's your turn.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, if I were to cast a spell that like an area effect cantrip, right?
Yeah.
It's a 5 this is just trying to understand, I guess, more of what we're doing, right? So I cast this cantrip, it has a 5-foot radius. Right? It's
Yes.
sword bursts. You create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around you, right?
Yeah.
Can we just tone that down to be like just chopping up the meat?
It's still in the radius, so I imagine it's more like you're using your spell. So you might want to position yourself in a point that you won't hit your friends.
Well, I think I am right now, right?
Yeah, you should be good. You should be able to hit the pig. So yeah, just so you know, effects in some ways like that, like area effects, like if you cast fireball on the pig, it's gonna hit everyone else in there. So
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
I think my favorite Pablo version is Diablo 3.
You need to make
It
a
was
dex
just
save.
Diablo. I was like, that looks like something else.
Yeah,
So I made it Diablo 3.
I like Pablo.
Pablo. I like Micro. Micro is one of my favorites.
What about Cameron Smith?
Cameron Smith. I haven't seen that one. Cameron Smith.
I would go check on the story.
All right. What's your damage for Sword Burst?
I need to make a dex save.
Oh, my bad. I must have not heard you. It got 4.
Yeah, it fails. I take 6 points of damage.
That is 62. Okay. With that, it's you're getting about halfway through the pig now. Pinky, it's your turn. The soup's still in front of you. but you also have the main course now. So what are you going to try to eat?
Pinky's just gonna go for the soup.
Okay, do it. Are you going to what? Are you doing anything special, or are you just going to try to attack it?
No. I'm just gonna
Just
go
gonna-
for it.
Just sink your spoon into it.
Yes. 17.
That will hit.
All right. 10 more points of damage.
That is enough to clear the soup, as it is gone.
Ooh.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Opal,
No.
what you doing?
I'm gonna eat my salad.
You gonna eat your salad?
Yes, and that is 22 to hit.
22 will definitely hit. It actually hits the spot.
It's the spot.
It's very tasty.
And then I'm gonna do my brain. Yeah, this one. Damage. It's only 2 points of 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage against the salad.
It's right next to a 10, but no.
Yeah, you're slowly working your way through it.
Oh, salad, you are my only friend. This lady is boring. Oh.
It's the water. It does it to you. All right. With that, it is back to Mrs. Brighthor. Let's do people's effects. Moss, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
You know, I've been successful this whole time. I will continue to be successful. Ooh, 16.
See what it is. You are still good. You're holding down your mind fine.
I passed.
What'd you get?
I get 6.
Yeah, you passed. Add 3d6 to your health.
6.
Ren, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
You are good. You got that extra action. I need Adelaide to roll.
7 plus whatever her thing is. Probably not enough.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a 15 for a wisdom saving
She's
throw.
have to have, yeah, there's no way.
So she loses that. Also, her soup is going to try to grapple her. She needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
16 plus, I think it's a 3.
She's doing good. It hasn't grappled her yet. It's just she's just
Her
there.
nerves are just.
Her nerves are too high right now. Alaya, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Alaya,
Sorry, Loki's yelling at me. What's up?
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw is 17.
17. You pass.
We've yet to see her
You have
wine.
yet to see what the wine does.
Good.
Yeah. Pinky, you just have water.
Mhm.
Opal, you will take the damage from your salad. You will take 12 points of damage as your salad's just filling you up. You're like, you kind of ate before you came to, so that doesn't help either. So you're not able to really put down the food that you need to. All right, at the end of this round, Aya, who do I want to pick on? She's going to turn towards you, Moss, and ask, so Moss, I noticed that your style is from Nutatovna. Uh, it's a shame what happened to the old city, wouldn't you say? Were you there when it fell?
No, I wasn't there when it fell.
Oh, you probably would have been just becoming a man at that point and presuming your age. No, I mean, no offense.
No, none taken, none taken.
So are
Sadly.
you, okay, go ahead.
Yes?
Are you originally from somewhere else then, or were you out of town when the great Marek Empire fell?
How do I say this?
Do you need to make a history check to know what she's talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck is she talking about?
Go roll history.
But okay. 18 plus 0. 18.
Yeah, 18's pretty good. So it's not uncommon knowledge, especially in New Tatovna, that around 70 years ago, Tatovna proper, the city, actually sank into the swamps of Botova. And the empire that ruled most of that eastern side of Yavna was lost from kind of that freak accidents that happened throughout that whole entire area. The city that you know as New Tatovna was built kind of on the outskirts of the old Tatovna. Old Tatovna is considered to be basically a graveyard that only people that like treasure seekers and people that are insane would go to, as it is widely considered to be haunted.
Wait, I'm from a town of treasure seekers and crazies.
And cutthroats and thieves. Yes.
Fetch. Okay. At this point, Moss would sort of look and be like, I was away on business. Sorry, my family has lineage back in Tatovna. We did quite well for ourselves as businessmen and women. Sadly, when Tatovna fell, I was away on a trip, learning the trade from my relatives. With the fall of the city, we lost much, but the family still remains to try and rebuild what once was. It's not as successful as we thought it might be, but
And
it's a little hard to think about.
that makes sense. I don't want to pry too much into that then. What is your family name? Maybe we have had correspondence or business in the past.
Moss would like to use his knowledge of the elite of the area that he has dealings with.
You know, a lot of the people in New Tatovna specifically are shady. There are some people that are not as shady. One of the family that come to mind are the Durants. They happen to be a kind of an offshoot of the people of Zahovek that kind of moved into the same area, bringing with them kind of their own culture. They're considered to be probably the most morally just there. So.
The Durants.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of that name before. I must do some reading up on their exploits. So next time you visit, I may be able to be more well acquainted with your exploits.
Oh, for sure. I would love to further build this relationship if possible.
With that, it is the pig's turn. It has 4 attacks.
Oh, Moonbeam it?
Moonbeam will happen. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
It got a 12.
Okay, it's gonna fail.
All right.
And so
How much
20
damage?
Sorry, 11 points of damage.
11 points. 73. It's getting up there.
Yes.
It's going to focus two of its attacks towards you,
It
Baron.
needs to make a Constitution saving.
It does need to make a Constitution saving throw. A 15. It's good.
Silvery barbs. Can I use silvery barbs
Yes, you may.
against this pig?
Definitely.
Okay.
I know you have that.
All right.
That's awesome.
So it needs to
Did it fail?
re-roll and take the lower roll.
I re-rolled and got an 18. Or
Dang.
actually, technically an unnatural 20. So, but
Okay, but then it
Good use of that.
okay, but then I also get to pick a creature to have advantage on the next roll, and I will take that advantage.
awesome. That means that you will get your sneak attack next turn. As you, I imagine that you like spice the pig a little bit, like with pixie dust, just to give it a little zest.
So that little pink coloring powder, right?
Exactly. Baron and Ren, it will attack you as you are the ones that ate the most of it.
Yeah, Ren, that 2 plus to your AC is gone now, by the way.
Ah,
Sorry.
8 will not hit you for its first attack.
Cool.
Well, then that will definitely hit though. That is 8 points of damage for the second attack against you.
Nice.
Ren, the first attack that will hit with like a 24. The second one will also hit with a 21.
ooh.
That will be 16 points of damage to you,
Ouch.
as it fills you up a little bit.
I'm doing that like when you eat and you're like, man, I want to take a nap. It's like Thanksgiving. I'm ready for a Thanksgiving nap.
All right. Are you guys good to go a little bit past 10? If we finish this up, we have one last course, and it's dessert.
Yes, I'm good.
We'll be quick with it. I know.
Okay.
Okay, you have the choice for your dessert. You have the moon pie. It is shaped like a moon pie in the packaging, but has the symbol of Yalfad on it, as he is the moon god. You have Grandma's secret cookie recipe that you could try to devour, or you have the strawberry jello cake that was aforementioned. We'll start with you, Moss. What would you like?
Let's do the cake.
Cake? The strawberry jello cake?
Yes.
All right. As you pick the strawberry jello cake, they wheel in literally a gelatinous cube with a strawberry and whipped cream on top. That is right there.
Oh.
Baron, you are up. What would you like to choose?
Well, I was gonna choose this, but now that I'm looking at that, it just
It literally is a gelatinous cube with just a little whipped cream and a strawberry on top.
Yeah. We'll choose something else. What were the other two options? The moon pie and the cookie.
The moon pie and the cookie.
We'll do the cookie.
Do the cookies. All right. Oh, where did my list go? I think I just lost everything. Where'd it go? Hold on a second. All right. Cookies it is. Come on. Drag and drop. You have some cookies on your plate. All right. Ren, what do you want?
I'm hitting up that moon pie.
Good choice.
That
Good
y'all
choice.
pie.
Y'all fine. Y'all fine. The man of the house will also choose the moon pie to respect his daughter's faith. Adelaide.
Adelaide would probably choose the moon pie.
Yeah. Alaya. What would you like?
Alaya will
got-
probably do the moon pie.
All right, fair enough. No one else wants to choose the Jello cake. You don't want to have another gelatinous cube in this fight.
No.
Fair enough. All right. Pinky.
It's literally pink. She has to take the strawberry jello
You know,
cake.
I don't blame
It
you.
has to. It's 100%. It's
They
big and
will-
it's pink and it looks delicious.
They will it in, and Zablo gets eaten by it. He is literally inside there. Right?
They don't bring out like a
Um,
pinky-sized one.
No, it's literally that size. It only comes in one.
Wow.
Opal, what would you like?
Cookies.
The cookies. All right. So with this, we'll have.
What does the Lady Brighthor take?
She's actually going to ask for the chef's special. It was the one option that never came up. No one really knows what it is, but it comes out. I just imagine it as being like a sensor bar over the food.
Some sort of gray food.
Sort of gray food. And so she's going to try it. It was the one thing I didn't get to have on the repertoire. It was going to be the bonus meal little thing that I slipped in, but this is taking a little longer than I was expecting. So, all right. With that, going on, I don't really know if we really need to fight these monsters because it is about time for us to wrap up. And I know that Ren and my wife need to get going soon, just to get stuff caught up and not too late. I also have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, you have to as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it off here. Just imagine in your brains what it would be like to fight two gelatinous monsters covered in whipped cream and strawberries, as well as a killer pig. And just so you know what the cookies do, the cookies are...
So are we not picking back up?
we won't pick up at this moment.
Okay.
Just so you know, this was kind of this one offshoot. We're going to see how far we could get in this little escapade.
Okay.
And if we ever come back here for another feast, we'll have a different menu. The cookies, Grandma's secret cookies, were going to work like the black pudding. It's each time you ate it and you still had a drink, it would split into two cookies. Because you know when you have a cookie, you can't just have one cookie, so you keep eating them. And
You gotta have the milk.
Yeah, and so you're like dipping them in the milk. And they had like a +10 to hit because Grandma's cookies always hit good. You know what I'm saying? But they only did like 1d4 plus 1 damage. But I just want someone to get like 30 cookies in front of them. And so they're like just getting bombarded by these. Yep, the strawberry gel cake was literally just a gelatinous cube. The moon pie, you would need to make an intelligence save of 18 or you would be charmed by it.
Whoa. I'm already charmed by it.
I don't know, it's you.
So before we end here, it
Yes.
sounds like we're wrapping up. Yeah, have a question.
Yeah.
Based on the, because I don't know where you're planning on picking us back up, whether it will be more kind of roleplay-esque after this dinner, in the middle of this dinner, but without the combat, right?
Yeah.
We've been in this dinner for a while now.
Yeah.
Looking kind of at this between Lady Brighthor and the Mr. Brighthor, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Is there, and like with Adilaide as well, is there tension between things? Like, is it like,
Make an insight check.
what's the room feeling like here? Because it seems like she hasn't talked to anyone on this far side. Like, she just is not. Granted, it's a big table, but
Yeah. She's not going out of her way to say anything.
11.
It's not too hard to tell that there is some sort of tension between the mother and the other side of the table. You don't necessarily know if it's with the husband. You think it might have to do more with Adelaide and her being here in some regards.
So, follow-up question then. I know we're trying to end, so I'll make this
good.
In chess, the most dangerous piece is the queen.
Of course.
Is that the same situation here? Instead of maybe going for the king, it'd probably be best to take out the queen in this instance.
Knowing how much the king loves,
He's not king, but still.
in this well, what we would say our allegory, you would say that the king here loves his daughter, the bishop, with all of his heart. He would do anything for her. If she asked to figure out a way to teleport you guys there, he'd spend the money to do it. The one that's reining things in and being like, I don't know if I can let you do that because of your mother, is because of her. She's kind of the wild card, the one that you're going to have to kind of convince.
So this dinner was not for the king, or not for Mr. Brighthor. It was for
her,
Mrs. Brighter. Okay.
to see if you all were worthy of their help.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, with that realization, I hope you can turn this meal around. It's not been bad. There's been a couple points that she's not been too pleased with, and some things that she's been willing to deal with as well. But we'll see what happens next time as we pick up with the more social aspect of what was going on throughout all this time. And with that, dungeon.
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 Dungeon house.
Dungeon house.